What do you think is disgusting that everyone else seems to like? I don't know why. I'm normally not the reality show type. But damn, TLC got me hooked to 90 Day Fiancé. I know it's probably staged, fake F, but honestly I think it just makes me feel good to watch people who seem to somehow have managed to screw up their lives even more than me. Also makes me feel less bad about being perpetually single. There also was a reality show a few years back called Stranded with $1 Million that was pretty entertaining. TBH. I love 90DF, but they've been increasingly scrapping the bottom of the barrel, and it's striping the joy from the show. Like that season that had serial domestic offender Jeffrey on the show. At what point are they facilitating a dangerous relationships between two people? Same with Angela, who doesn't even seem to have a relationship, but somehow is awarded season after season. I either want to see the complexities of taking a relationship to the next level, and how language barriers and culture shock make it more difficult, or some adorable business that I can laugh at without feeling like I'm celebrating the misfortune of a cast member. I tried out for a sports team a couple years ago and did pretty well, so I got called to try out party thing. Anyone interested can attend. It's just to know our future teammates. One of the things they did was bobbing for apples, and I refused, because there was literally spit swirls and a water barrel between the apples, so they called me a wimp and pressured me to. In the end I just dropped. I didn't really like the sport anyways. I train detection dogs and have been around a few different types of collected animal urine as a result. We don't look for animals, but we sometimes use urine samples to work on distractions in the field. Sign most dogs are interested in that kind of odor, and I actually kind of see it. Boar urine is really strong and has a kind of distinctive scent even to my nose, and I have a terrible sense of smell. Celery tastes good and isn't at all reminiscent of urine to me, so I can't speak for the op, but I can see where the differentiation comes from. Boar urine is also fairly commonly used in hunting applications and stuff like that, so in some regions a lot of people will be familiar with the scent through that. Recently I was wrapping presents for my friend's kids, so I was watching how-to videos for wrapping certain unusual shapes, and I was actually getting furious at this one video. It was the perfect shape object for me, but this gal would not get the point. Stop fiddling, god. WTFFF, this is the worst tape dispenser I have heard in my life. Just show me how you pleat the folds. What is taking so long? Then I realized I was 4 minutes into an SR video, and there is an entire corner of gift wrapping YouTube that basically puts a microphone against their scissors, and sounds stick a mouth like they need to drink water, and never wraps the present. I'm the same way. Everyone else in my family loves that stuff, and I can't stand it. I will however taste it once a year to see if I still hate it. I can eat Cool Ranch Doritos though, and if you put enough spice in the ranch and certain Chipotle ranch I can eat it. The other thing I can't stand is caraway seeds, so my wife got back at me once by dipping her rye bread into ranch dressing. I have a coworker that loves grape-flavored stuff but not grapes. He explained that most grape-flavored stuff doesn't have grapes. I looked it up and found, this artificial grapey essence was first developed in the 1890s, after chemists isolated a chemical called methyl anthranilate from the essential oil of orange blossom. Manufacturers noticed that this chemical, known as an ester, reminded them of the smell of grapes. This ester was cheaply mass-produced using coal byproducts from emerging coal industries, and this became the basis of the go-to grape flavor that we still use today. For me, it's drinking to the point where you can't stand up, like, head spinning. Probably should take an Advil and lay down with your foot on the ground drunk. That happened to me this 4th of July weekend. Went to visit some cousins up in Wisconsin for the 4th and had myself a wild time. It was my first time drinking without limits. I'm 18. Don't arrest me. I tried to be responsible, didn't start drinking until 5 p.m. Made sure to eat well Coors Light as you keep going. Kinda gets easier and easier to drink. I was slamming them down without caution the whole night. It was pretty bad. In the back of my soupy mind, I was thinking maybe I should slow down, stop, but nope, I didn't. It wasn't until my cousin and grandpa told me to lay down on the couch because I could not walk straight and almost fell down. It was bad, my head was spinning so badly. It was weird. Sitting up was impossible. Felt like there was a 20 pounds weight in the back of my skull. I hated it. I felt stupid. I was stupid. I said some dumb shit. I remember thinking, man, people do this a lot. Like, they get this drunk like it's normal. I don't mind drinking in general, but man, getting tipsy like that was not enjoyable in the slightest. I'd how people get like that weekly, or daily in extreme cases. Drinking's fun, but moderation, you know. Okay, Coors Lights definitely go down better the more drunk you are. Last night for my birthday I got wasted with some of my friends. We underestimated how much alcohol was in the hard seltzers, so we were drunk by the time we got to the beer. I downed 2 of them before my friends told me I was done for the night, lol. But yeah, there's a line between loose, party drunk and I can't fucking walk drunk. Drinking in general for me, I absolutely handle nothing. Like 2 beers and I might feel weird already, and genuinely might fall off my chair. Already happened. While I do have it under control, once I start and get tipsy my mind says fuck it and attempts to go as hammered as possible. Last time a friend of mine had to take the bottle away from me because I kept pouring myself one after another to the point I was basically not mentally there anymore. I seem to have zero self-control. In addition to that, I also get either pretty weird and start singing, or depressed thinking maybe I should jump in front of a truck, or aggressive along fuck that brick wall. It's a gamble which of the 3, sometimes all of them. So, yay, I do take 1 or 2 drinks, but I need someone else with me who knows and who can keep me from doing this. This is reason number 1 why I pretty much never consume alcohol. It is shocking how much genetic variation there is in the way people's bodies metabolize alcohol. I think people tend to misunderstand alcoholics. I am somewhat of one, a weekend alcoholic, I guess, because I constantly binge and blackout but don't really drink during the week, because they think they're feeling what they feel when they get drunk. I come from a family with the binge drinking tendencies I inherited. It is impossible to describe just how high booze gets me. I mean, it's unbelievable. I've tried cocaine a few times and it's fun and all, but just feels like alcohol except way more underwhelming. If that gives you an idea. Honestly, getting really wasted just shoots off so many endorphins in me. I'm a 115-pound woman and can drink an entire bottle of vodka and not even be too hungover in the morning because my body just metabolizes it very efficiently. I know it's killing me, but that's another topic. I'm just explaining it feels very different for different people. I've been drinking like this for 10 years and I am not exaggerating when I tell you I have never ever felt the dizziness people describe, ever. Neither has my brother. My boyfriend is from Russia and has the same tendencies I do, and we've discussed this, and he says he also has no idea what the double vision or dizziness is. If I reach an actual blackout state, I only throw up day of or next day maybe 1 out of 100 times. I think I only have vomited twice from alcohol. I get so hyper-excitable when I drink as well. I know it's technically a depressant, but it just makes me feel like running a marathon. Also, there's no point where it starts feeling bad for me. 15 shots will make me feel better than 10, which will make me feel better than 5. It's a disgusting habit and I've done a lot of regrettable things under the influence. But I'm just letting you know we are basically consuming an entirely different drug from people who don't like drinking, or only enjoy a buzz. That reminds me of my trip to Jamaica. I was 19 at the time when I got there and immediately started drinking. I was drinking whiskey, then mojitos, then pina coladas. I then started taking shots of tequila, blue balls, pink pussy, blue kamikaze, all while still drinking mojitos. I was so drunk my cousin and his GF had to bring me to my room. So I was told I had a gap in my memory from the time between leaving the pool and getting in the shower. I then kinda remember barely eating at dinner then going to sleep. The shocking thing was no hangover the next day, to the surprise of everyone, myself included. God, I hate gum so much. I think growing up in London and going to school here made me have a particularly strong aversion towards gum because of how many unwanted gum-related experiences I've had. I can't walk down highly frequented streets without looking down to make sure I don't step on it, and I hate finding gum in places it shouldn't be, like under tables, chairs, walls, etc. People who chew gum constantly really frustrate me too. You're having a conversation and all you can hear is the chewing. Chewing food doesn't bother me at all, but gum has this awful sound and motion that comes with it. I'm guessing it makes some people feel at ease, but it really unsettles me. So yeah, I am quite envious of Singapore's ban. It's the dog's weapon. According to British comedian Mickey Flanagan, you go to pick up your girlfriend for a date and you're nice, smooth and crispy. You'd rather not cuddle up to her dog when you've got everything perfect. Oh, I see. It's going to be that way, is it? I'll sort you out, son, the dog seems to say with his eyes. He throws his head back and starts licking his balls and ass enthusiastically while you roll your eyes. Your girlfriend comes down in her stunning red dress. She looks to the dog. Is my baby going to give me a kiss before I go out? She lovingly says, and cuddles him while he's licking her lips, neck, nose and face, and all the time, he's looking at you. What you gonna do now, eh? I hate that mayo is so popular that it comes by default on everything forever. Pre-made sandwiches are the bane of my existence. For some reason, sometimes the only side available at functions are mac salad covered in mayo, potato salad covered in mayo, or slaw covered in mayo. I blew my friend's mind the other week because I made a loaf with butter instead of mayo. It's so ingrained people get confused when it's not automatically on something. Why can't it come in condiment packets on the side like everything else? Only thing mayo is good for is grilled cheese instead of butter. No other situation calls for it. Kinda funny, but before I knew I had the gene, I would get this rice from the student dining hall that I assumed just had parsley in it. I had never heard of cilantro at the time, and every day I'd eat some of it and get really annoyed that it tasted like soap. So I'd go up and inform the worker daily that the rice tastes like soap, so I think some dishes aren't getting rinsed well enough or something. Finally, after a few days of this, the guy tells me about the cilantro gene. I felt very silly. I used to love gin, but then it started causing the strangest behavior. I suddenly started acting like a perpetually cranky 75-years-old man wherever I drink it. Kids these days don't know anything. When I was their age, we had to call the internet, and it took an hour to download a nudie picture, and that's if your mom didn't pick up the phone in the middle of it. Where's my Ecto Cooler? I was able to drink milk until I was 11 and got strep. My doc determined I was too old for amoxicillin, so I was bumped to erythromycin gigantic white horse pills. Those had to be taken 2x a day with a full glass of milk. Not even just a full stomach full glass of milk. 2 weeks of that shit, and I couldn't drink milk ever again. Most I can tolerate is on cereal. I don't get people who are like, ice cold glass of milk with my cookies/cake/baked good. Gag. Potato salad. It's the bane of my existence at every single picnic or family function I go to. Usually with my family there's only a couple sides, so my plate looks really empty if I don't take any. And I don't want to offend anyone and think I don't like what they make, but seriously, it has the taste and texture of eggy tofu barf. When I was a kid I used to be so confused about why my mom was so adamant about not letting dogs lick my face because I thought it was their way of showing affection and love to humans. I didn't have a dog growing up. Then I grew older and learned why. I work in vet med now and definitely won't let dogs lick my face now after all the shit I've seen. I personally don't understand certain fetishes. The one that sticks out to me, and the one that definitely fits this question, is vor. I don't understand what it is about being eaten whole and being inside of someone's stomach. Is it because they want to make the other person look bigger? Do they just want to die from the stomach acid? I don't get it. Any and all reality TV shows, opening credits, commercial break, 7 minutes of boring whiny whatever. Commercial break. 4-minute recap of first 7 minutes plus 2 minutes of fresh wine. Commercial break. 6-minute recap of 9 minutes of program plus 2 more minutes of crap. Commercial. Teaser for next episode. Closing credits. Commercial. Final outcome. Bob didn't sell his grandpa's Switchblade Street to swap meat. Greta will keep the baby. Who fucking cares? The worst are the talent shows. More time spent talking about contestants' hardships than seeing them perform. I hate all breakfast food. All of it. The smell of sausage makes me nauseous. Pancakes are bland and have the texture of soggy cardboard baked in the sun even after being slathered in syrup. I can eat waffles but only Belgian and covered completely in fruit or in whipped cream. I just hate most traditional breakfast food, so weird people out by having spaghetti for breakfast. Oh damn, what can I start with? I think daddy thing and MILF, GILF, DILF. Every filth is creepy. Why do you need to have sex with someone who seems, or even worse, be like 20 plus yo than you? I think it should be illegal that an 80-old man marry a 20 yo because it could be compared to pedophile, even if they are both consenting, because it's absolutely wrong to me. Just imagine to marry your older uncle when you are only 25 yo, and having a fetish like whatever ilf sounds creepy to me. Exploitative television. Shows that basically exist to make the viewer feel better about their own life by showing people struggle with their much harder life. There's a reason why people like the Jersey Shore cast, Optimum, etc. have meltdowns. It's because they are put on display for the masses and they can't separate their off-screen life from on-screen. Green olives, and capers, too. With every other food that I didn't like as a kid, Brussels sprouts, green beans, cauliflower, etc., I've grown to like them. I keep thinking that, eventually, my taste buds will mature to liking green olives. So, about once every 5 years, I try one, and I always am left feeling like someone shat in my mouth. At 50, I'm not holding out hope that I'm ever going to warm up to them. Feel this one so much. I live in Cali and my whole family loves doing summer camping trips up in the mountains, and I always get blasted for not going, having a bad time. Like, I enjoy the outdoors in moderation, but I don't want to be stranded in a dusty bug-filled campsite for a week with no running water or electricity. Yuck. My dad is like this. He absolutely hates fruit. My mom once made a chicken dish that she snuck a bit of applesauce into for the marinade. He took one bite and noticed it immediately and knew for sure it was apple. My brother and I were chomping away and had no clue. My mom didn't expect his reaction to be as frustrated as it was. He's a pretty chill dude, and apologized by going out and getting one of those huge KFC buckets for him. We still mention this incident 30 years later on occasion. Yup, his entire life he's hated it. My grandmother would joke that he was the easiest of her 5 kids to feed since he loves vegetables and he'd devour everything she put in front of him, while the other 4 complained endlessly. I've seen him destroy an uncountable number of baked potatoes with only a square of butter added to them, and he claims they taste the best this way. Color me skeptical. Used to drink a can every day when I woke up. Not even the good stuff. Just generic supermarket's own brand. Makes me feel sick nowadays. It later turns out I'm pretty sensitive to caffeine. Can barely even drink Coke. I used to be able to drink Coke all day without batting an eye, but today it just makes me queasy unless I buy the decaf version. I can do 1 cup of coffee, but if I go for 2, I just feel uncomfortably wired and need to poop. Cats being in the kitchen. My roommate's cat is cute, but I've watched him step out of the litter box trying to wipe crap off his paws, go straight in the kitchen, jump on the counter and step on my roommate's plate, or go try to sit in an empty pot. Anytime I see it and go clean the thing and put it away, my roommate thinks I'm crazy, but I don't want to eat cut shit. I read till a while back that lawns originated as a flex in the Middle Ages. Don't quote me on the time period, but sometime way back. Basically, royalty or whoever owned the land plowed through the crops in the front of their estate and planted grass as a, I'm so wealthy I don't even fucking need to harvest those crops, so look at my grass. Bitches. So it's pretty much just carried on all the way until now.